Hey there friends, it's me Peter, and welcome to another edition of Peter's Storytime High School Edition. Now I'm one of those rare people that can say I have never broken a limb in my body. I've never broken an arm, I've never broken a leg, never broke a finger, never had any major surgery of any sort. The most serious operation, if you can call it that, I've ever had is a root canal, which, quite frankly, isn't all that serious. So I've been pretty fortunate when it comes to injuries and not having them. However, while I've never broken any part of my body, I did seriously injure myself once when I was in high school, and it permanently impacted me in a small way, but a way nonetheless. It was my freshman year at New Trier in the fall of 2003. A few weeks into the year, and I had already gotten used to everything. I knew where all my classrooms were, I was starting to make some new friends. I was just enjoying life, and I was having a great time of it. I was especially enjoying our physical education class, which New Trier refers to as kinetic wellness. I was enjoying this because our first unit of the year was tennis. Now, I had never played tennis before at either Avoca or Marie Murphy because, well, they don't have any tennis courts there. So I was really excited to learn how to play tennis, because it's a sport that doesn't really require you to move too fast. I mean, you move around, yeah, but it's not like running or football or soccer where you need to be constantly running. You basically just run back and forth on a line, pretty much. Also, it's a sport where you say the word love all the time, which the cheesy romantic in me loves that as well. But going back on topic, there was one day during our tennis unit that ended up impacting me forever. So before kinetic wellness, we had about 5 minutes where we had to go to the locker room, change into our kinetic wellness uniform, and then go out to where we were supposed to meet. Now, the tennis courts are located across the street from New Trier. There's a parking lot, and then there's a couple tennis courts there. So it takes a little while longer to get to class than usual, because we actually have to cross Hap Road in order to get to it. Most of the time, I didn't have a problem getting to class, but this day in particular, for some reason, was taking longer than usual. So I got dressed into my kinetic wellness uniform, and then some classmates of mine and myself ran outside, we ran to the street, waited for the walk arrow to go, and then we started walking. It was then the late bell started ringing, because we always had a late bell letting us know that class was about to begin and that it was time to get out of the locker rooms and get going. At this point, I saw my kinetic wellness teacher saying, "Hurry up guys, you're going to be late." So I started picking up the pace and started running faster. But then I had a little mishap, shall we say. You see, in the parking lots on New Trier's Northfield campus, there's a few islands in the parking lot that have, you know, a little bit of grass, a little bit of dirt, and some trees in them to kind of make the scenery look a little bit nicer. In order to get to the tennis courts, I needed to go past one of the islands. Well, I figured wrapping around it probably wouldn't be easy, so I figured just run straight through it, it won't be that big of a problem. So I jumped up over the curb into the island, and that's when I found out the ground wasn't as level as I thought it was. I landed, I want to say it was on my left ankle, and it twisted. Like, I actually twisted my ankle. It didn't hurt initially, but by the time I got to the courts, I was in excruciating pain. It hurt to move. It hurt to stand. I could barely even walk. And people noticed this. My teammates noticed it. My other classmates noticed it. The teacher even noticed it. And they kept asking me, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" I'm like, I'm fine. I refused to get their help at all. I think because I was afraid I had broken it, and I didn't want to get a break at all. So after class, I go back to the locker room, I get changed, and then I finish the remaining 2 classes of the day, and then my mom picked me up, and she noticed too that I was limping, like really badly. But I told her, once again, do not take me to the doctor, I'll be fine, it'll heal, it'll be fine. The next day it hurt as well, and the day after it hurt. Progressively it started hurting less and less, but it still hurt. Eventually, after maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks, it stopped hurting. And honestly, I thought I was okay. I was in the clear, I had no after effects of this, and I was going to be fine. Well, flash forward to my junior year of high school. And I had a few friends that started commenting on my walk. They said, "How come you bounce when you walk?" And I'm like, "I bounce when I walk?" And they said, "Yeah, when you walk, you've got kind of a bounce in your step." So I tried testing it out and I realized, you know what? I do have a bounce in my walk. That's kind of weird. I wonder where that came from. Well, going through my memory, the only thing I can think of that would have caused that bounce is when I twisted my ankle in the parking lot. That's the only leg or ankle or foot injury I've ever had in my life. And quite frankly, that's the only thing I can think of that caused that bounce. Because before high school, I never had anybody say anything about my walk. To my knowledge, I had a very normal walk. And then all of a sudden, my junior year is when people started pointing it out to me. They may have done it my sophomore year, but I just can't remember. And in fact, to this day, I never have gone to a doctor to see what happened to my ankle. And quite frankly, I don't ever plan on doing that. Because what my fear is that I'm going to go there, and they're going to say, you know, this didn't heal correctly. We're going to have to do some surgery to fix it. Granted, I don't think that'll happen, but why risk it? And besides, it doesn't hurt me anymore. And if all it does is cause me to have a bounce in my step, then you know what? I'm okay with that. Thanks for watching this latest edition of Peter's Storytime, my friends. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos from me, simply click that subscribe button down below. And be sure to tune in next week when I try a bunch of different hot sauces. But until then, this is Peter saying see you later.